Hi, Scott.
Hey, what's
This
up?
is this is Chewy, Amanda,
Oh,
working mama, and family court poor.
Hi,
So
Scott.
we met Chewy.
with that.
Scott. Chewy. Scott does live, so you can always jump on his live
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
So
cool.
he's Chewy's a. We stole him from another group.
Oh, God.
He knows a lot of the lingo and the back and forth of family court and all that.
I
fun
did it
stuff.
in Virginia and DC, and I've worked on national policy and all that. I did it 20 years ago, but I was in the fight for almost 30 years. So, but I couldn't take it anymore. So about 10 years ago, I came up to my hometown and decided to crawl under a rock and hide. And now I'm back out.
Yeah.
My home country.
It definitely makes you want to jump in and hide under a rock sometimes.
Well,
Oh, yeah, I
after
know.
30 years of it makes you look like something that lives under a rock.
30
Married for
years.
30 years, and now I'm suffering.
Did you just not stop having kids?
Well, no, I had 2 kids and I fought for them and I won custody. And then I ended up as an advocate. The short story is going through the divorce process, I became an advocate, and then I became a national advocate, and then I became an advocate that lobbied in DC and start to know all the players and all the national and international players. And you can't just walk away because you won your fight, you know, because there are people out there. You over the years, you learn to understand the real bone marrow depth suffering that people go through. And you can't just say, hey guys, I won. See you later. Good luck.
Yeah.
So people start to seek you out and you learn to bide your time and take your win and take a breath and help someone else. And I stayed with that until I just couldn't do it another day.
It's so tricky trying to do that too because everyone comes from a different story.
Right.
So when you're trying to advocate for them and you got people who are they're not taking accountability, they're acting like victims, and you don't know who you are trying to help and who you're not trying to help.
Well, we learned to vet people really well. And there are a few lawyers in Northern Virginia, DC, Maryland. We all got together and some lawmakers and started to vet people. Children's Rights Council in DC, which I don't think is very active right now, but was back then. We would vet people pretty heavily. And then we would train people to not be what we all try to avoid.
It's like just don't do what we did. Like that's what like the advice. Like I did this, I did that. Don't do that.
Well, let's go. That brings up a good question. Like, what did you learn in the process that if you had to go back and start over again, what would you do differently?
I would have learned my rights. I would have not just blindly trusted my attorney.
Me too.
Right.
I would have known that we didn't have TikTok. We didn't have any of that stuff. Just basic stuff. Oh, it was just, I would have listened to advocates, not the ones that charge,
Right.
like the people that like literally they had nothing to gain by telling
Right.
me information.
Right.
It was already too late for them. Just don't do what I did. You know, especially like with certain attorneys, of course I'm high conflict. So, you know, like they're going to let this drag on and on. Oh, don't listen to those parents. They're just parents that didn't
Well,
get
they're
their
going to
way.
engineer it to go on and on.
Yeah.
So
You don't have any
I
suggestions
think that's
for me?
probably everybody's story, at least a part of their story, that they had an attorney that drug it out.
well, sure. That's I would say that's 70% of the industry focus is to create situations that require, well, just as an example, they give you go through 6 to 8 months of a false charge or some, BS claim that your ex makes, and the judge gives you a determination, puts restrictions on your ability to be with your children, but does not give you the rebuttable presumption that you started as a good parent, you made a mistake. Here is the path to get back to good and get back to zero, where you get 50% of your parenting. The court doesn't give you that at determination.
And why
You
are
have-
the lawyers not providing that information to
Exactly.
the normal public? To
Why do they
people?
not ask for that with the determination, the path to return to center?
You were like
Because
I'm a hoop jumper. You're like a professional hoop jumper.
but that's it, because the lawyer says, oh, well, now we got to go back to court. Come in next Tuesday. We'll start a new case to find out how to get you back to zero. Are you kidding me?
I love the we got to go to mediation again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I think
worthwhile.
I've been like 10 times. I'm like
Hold on,
in
guys.
mediation
Hold on just a minute. Okay, working mama.
Yeah,
I think
working.
you had a question, right? Was it for Scott that you had a question for, or was it for?
Anyone. If allegations are proved false, like as in I had the psych assessment, no suicidality was found, but still they've wholly just taken everything.
Yep.
And the actual application for ex parte was not signed or timestamped, was not timestamped or dated, and not served at all. My lawyer at the time didn't tell me that showing up at the hearing waives my rights to service.
Right. Well, let me make a statement which you're going to be really annoyed at me for, but take it in the spirit in which it's told. Don't hyper focus on the details like the timestamp or the service. The system will screw you at its convenience. If you hyperfixate on the details of the screwing, you will lose time to prepare your next move. Don't be the dog. Don't be the one chasing the ball. Be the one throwing the ball.
So when am I gonna? My final order is not in yet.
Okay.
I'm right now in standard possession with my child, but my house, which was my separate property, he got everything. They took everything away from me.
Right.
I have to, I think, evacuate by March
Okay.
31st. I've got 30 years of crap in here, and
Okay.
he's got all his shit in my garage still.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get arrested like this guy just did yesterday.
I got arrested 68 times.
I'm not cut out for jail.
68 times.
68 times
I got
I was
handcuffed in
arrested
the
on
courtroom.
false charges.
Isn't there like a statute like at some point the court's gonna be like, what's going on here?
Oh,
Like,
wait a sec. A few of the times I had SWAT team kick down my door at 3 a.m. when my daughter was sleeping and dragged me off to the magistrate. The magistrates knew me in the judicial district well enough that they would be woken up to hear the complaint against me. And I would walk in, they'd go, Tom, do you want coffee?
Oh my
I
God.
love that though.
And they'd laugh. Tom, you don't look like a goddamn terrorist to me. I just, what it says here, we got to figure out.
Yeah.
But 68 times, my honest, really annoying advice to you is don't hyperfixate on the loss. You lost.
I think so.
That's horrible. You lost the battle, not the war. Okay?
Right.
Don't